So I remember a couple years ago, I went on a family vacation and I was super excited specifically to go to the beach. I love the ocean, I love the sand. And let's just say when I finally got there and I took my shirt off, I was a little bit self-conscious. And the reason I was self-conscious is because, well, quite frankly, I wasn't in very good shape. A matter of fact, at the time, this is what I looked like. And I know that if you clicked on this video, you probably can relate in some capacity. And to be honest, it can be pretty disheartening when you don't look the way that you want to look, especially when you're at the beach, when you take your shirt off. And that can be a pretty tough thing. But the good news is that I am just an average guy, and I was able to completely transform my body. I don't have anything special about me. I'm not like some genetic anomaly, just a normal guy with normal genetics. And I was able to completely transform my body through utilizing the proper techniques and principles. In today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I got beach lean. So now when I go to the beach or go to the pool, I can take my shirt off and feel really good about myself. And just so you guys know, this is what I used to look like. I like to show this in all of my videos because I really want to drive home the point that I am just a normal guy. I didn't start off from some super advantaged place. I just simply changed my body by doing the right stuff. And so I really like to make the point that anyone can get lean, anyone can get fit. And a matter of fact, this channel that I'm making is literally just for the average guy. So make sure that you subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. But through the proper principles of fitness and dieting, I was able to completely transform my body. I did it all naturally, and it really was just through hard work and discipline. And the point that I want to make is you absolutely can do it too. All right, so the overview of getting beach lean is that it's actually pretty simple. The first thing I wanted to talk about is proper body fat percentage. And the truth is that you don't actually need to be crazy shredded to be beach lean. I would actually recommend about 15% body fat. I think that's a perfect level of leanness because it has that lean and athletic look, but you also look approachable and just like a normal, natural athlete. Once you start to get below like 12%, 10%, I mean, that's like diced, shredded territory. And don't get me wrong, you'll look great on the beach. But I think that 15% is great for just the normal person because you're going to look good, you're going to look lean, you're going to look athletic, but you're also just going to look like you're a bro. Like you're going to look cool, you don't look like a tryhard. No hate to people who are like crazy shredded. I think that's awesome too. But again, this is just for like the average person. But here's kind of the secret, and this is like the main point I really want to drive home. Removing the processed foods from your diet will do like 80 to 90% of the job here. It's amazing how quickly you can transform your physique by simply removing the overprocessed junk and sugars like fast food and candy and whatnot out of your diet and replacing it with whole foods like animal meat and fruit and vegetables. It's actually crazy. So that's going to be like 80 to 90% of transforming your physique is just switching your diet to whole foods. And then number 3, a tan definitely doesn't hurt. Tan definitely helps make you look leaner. You know, if you ever have seen like bodybuilding shows, the first thing they do before they go out on the stage or a couple days before is they'll get like a crazy spray on tan. It makes them look darker, but the reason they do that is because it accentuates the muscles and makes them look leaner. And so a tan certainly will help you appear leaner. And it also makes sure that you're not the pasty white dude at the beach. And I say that as the pasty white guy, as someone who's been the pasty white guy at the beach multiple times. A tan definitely helps avoid that. So that's a good thing. Now, if you are pretty white, make sure you wear a sunscreen because I've also had some severe sunburns because I didn't want to be pale anymore. I tried to shortcut it. I went out in the sun for like a ton of time without wearing any sunscreen. That's obviously just a recipe for disaster. So make sure you wear some sunscreen if you're pasty white. And then another piece of advice that I would give you is remove any sort of binge drinking that you're doing. This is going to be a huge one. And maybe it doesn't apply to you, but maybe it does. It certainly applied to me a couple years ago. But binge drinking, what I found, it's just really incompatible with having a healthy lifestyle. And that might seem pretty obvious, but I remember there was a lot of time where I was coping and trying to convince myself that I could balance heavy drinking along with a healthy lifestyle. And it's just, you can't poison your body and also be healthy at the same time. And unfortunately, that's just what alcohol is. It poisons your body. Not trying to say that there's not a time and a place for a drink, but I mean like the heavy binge drinking, the consistent, weekend by weekend heavy binge drinking. That's just going to absolutely wreck your physique. It makes your skin look worse. It gives you that really kind of puffy look that's unattractive, and dehydration, which alcohol will cause, will make your muscles look flat. So your skin's gonna look worse, your muscles will look flatter, and you'll look puffier. So obviously that's definitely gonna be something we want to avoid if we're trying to look good at the beach. Hey, and just real quick, guys, if you are looking to get a more comprehensive approach, I actually do have a course in the description down below. It literally has everything I know about fitness. It's several hours long. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Anyways, let's get back to the video. All right, so here's kind of the 3 pillars that we're going to talk about. The very first thing that we're going to talk about is weightlifting. So weightlifting is going to be really important for an aesthetic physique, for looking good on the beach. The fact of the matter is we just need to have some muscle mass on our body to really fulfill that aesthetic Greek god kind of look that we're going for. Weightlifting is going to do that because you can get as lean as you want, but at the end of the day, if you don't have any muscle mass on you, you're just going to kind of look like a small person. So we need to make sure we have some muscle mass on the frame. You don't have to go crazy with this. I always recommend, if you're just beginning, 3 times a week, 30 minutes in the gym. That is totally adequate for building an aesthetic physique. That's going to give you all the gains that you need to look good. Like I said earlier, muscles are just crucial for an aesthetic physique. And if we really want to target the aesthetic muscles, we're going to target the shoulders, the lats, and the chest especially. That's really what's going to give you that kind of V taper that we're looking for with an aesthetic physique. And the next thing is we're going to talk about dieting. I recommend whole foods, animal-based, just clean eating. You probably don't need me to explain that to you. You probably have a good idea of what clean eating looks like. But just for reference, it's things like red meat, animal meat, chicken, ground beef, eggs. Honey's great. Some dairy is good if you're not lactose intolerant. Fruit, vegetables, just kind of the stuff that you already know. A general rule of thumb that I always tell people is ask yourself, did your ancestors eat it? If your ancestors ate it and human beings have been eating it for a long time, then it's probably good for you. If it's an ultra-processed food, it's probably not going to be good for you. Another thing you can ask yourself to determine whether you should eat something is, am I going to be happy that I ate this in 1 hour? I think that is a really good way to know if something's going to be good that you ate it. If you think, yes, I'll be happy that I ate this in an hour, it's probably good for you. Or if you're going to be like, oh no, I'll probably regret this in an hour or so, then it's probably not good for you. And again, the diet is really going to be doing the heavy lifting here. Ultimately replacing the ultra-processed food that most people are eating is really going to transform your physique. You'll be shocked. And then the last thing, and this is something I feel like, pun intended, gets slept on, is sleep. Sleep is literally like a natural steroid. Being beach ready, and here's kind of the secret. You want to know the secret to being beach ready? It's just having adequate health markers. It means looking like a healthy person. It means being lean, having a healthy body fat percentage. It means your skin looks good. It means that you just look like an overall athletic, healthy person. That's really what being beach ready is. It just means looking like you're healthy and like you're aesthetic and take care of yourself. So sleep is huge. It's like if you are not sleeping enough, please let this be your wake-up call. You need to be getting at least 7 hours, preferably 8, because sleep is going to be like, it's where everything happens. It's where your muscles get built. It's where your brain recovers. It's where all the growth happens in your body. It's where losing fat happens when you're sleeping. So literally all the gains that you make happen while you're sleeping. So please take your sleep serious. It'll make a really big difference. But anyways, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this kind of gave you some insight on how to get beach lean. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment too. Let me know what kind of video you guys would like to see next. I'm really trying to grow this channel, and I want to listen to all of you guys who are watching. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.